Let's get to the starting lineups here for the Brush Bee Diggers tonight. From Strasburg.
Non-starters for the Brush Bee Diggers. We have number 11, Maddie Kerr.
And the Bee Diggers starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Proud to be Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with Fort Morgan, Sterling, and Brush available 24/7 for your banking needs. That's Equitable Savings and Loan.
For the non-starters for the starters.
The Bee Diggers go with junior Maddie Kerr,
Number 12, Caitlin Hanks.
along with senior Lauren Berg, a sophomore Maddie Rule, who's the point guard.
Riley Spence.
In the middle, Callie Bills. And also in the middle, Cammie Sweeney. They've got, of course, some size on this Brush team that Sterling does not have. And it'll be Caitlin Hanks here for the Strasburg Lady Indians. She's a senior, along with senior Riley Spence, who gave the Bee Diggers fits with her shooting the first time around. Erica Elpers, a senior, along with Kaylin Arnold, also a senior. And I believe Abby Lowell, a junior. Let's see if she's also on the floor. Nope, let's see. The Jordan Rush, who's another senior. 5 seniors start for this team from Strasburg. Opening tip is brought to you tonight by Buildings by Design. The experience to complete your project from start to finish. Get the quality you deserve in your building by starting your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. It'll be Kaylin Arnold jumping center first, and Lauren Berg for Brush. Both teams seeking their 8th victories of the season. The Bee Diggers are 1 game better than Strasburg in the league. Tip is controlled by Brush. Maddie Kerr in the right corner with a basketball. Back out to Berg. Free throw line. Sweeney, 15-footer, yes. Cammie Sweeney scores right off the bat. The Bee Diggers with the early lead. The other way, here come the Indians into the front court as Hanks. On the outside right is Spence. He can really shoot from the outside. Back out to Elpers. On the outside left, Hanks lob down, low ball tipped away, loose on the floor. Picked up by Arnold. On the outside right, Spence with a basketball, double teamed. Dribbling to her left. Back near the top to Rush. Right-handed dribble as Hanks. Bounce pass to Arnold. Methodical moving offense. Outside right with the basketball is Rush. Cross-court pass taken by Hanks. Penetrates left baseline. Bounce pass down low. Over to Arnold. Strip from behind, but retained by Strasburg. 3 in the corners, up and good. And that is made over there by Riley Spence. You got to watch her. She's really the only outside shooter for Strasburg. The Indians lead 3-2. 6:54 to go in the opening quarter. On the outside right. Kicks out to Kerr. At the top for Callie Bills. Bills hands it off to Kerr. She'll take a straightaway 3. Good! Maddie Kerr scores for the Bee Diggers. And Brush. Neither team has missed a shot in the early going. Here's Rush down low for Elpers. Arnold, 16-footer air ball out of bounds. It was partially blocked. It was not. Ball goes over to the Bee Diggers. 28 to go in the first, and Brush leading 5 in the early going. And Maddie Kerr timeline for Brush. Matt at the top over there. Swings it left for Maddie Rule. She'll take 3. That's hit nothing but backboard. Ball out of bounds, and it's off of Strasburg. Cammie Sweeney went for the ball but never touched it. It was touched by an Indian. Left of the basket, Kerr to throw it in. Looking, left corner, still looking. Bounce pass down low for Sweeney. She banks and she misses an easy one. And then she tries to save it in. Does to Bill. She scoops it up and in. Callie Bills from 5 feet away straight away. Nice job by Sweeney keeping that possession alive. 7-3 Brush. Approaching the 6-minute mark. On the outside right, Spence now double team. Swings it cross court to Rush. Shot blocked by Berg. Taken in the left corner over there by Hanks. Here is Spence. Right wing 3. That's off the back of the rim. As a rebound. Banks and scores from 7 feet away. Well, the rebound in the bucket. 7-4. Here's Berg with a 3. Good! Unexpected 3 taken on the right wing by Lauren Berg. Didn't know she had that type of range, but she just displayed it there. 10-5 Bee Diggers. The turnaround is no good by Elpers with a left hand. Trying to save it as Hanks, but Sweeney has it for Brush. Across the timeline, Maddie Rule on the outside right. Behind the three-point line, picks up the dribble over to Berg. Right corner for Rule. Penetrate right baseline. Bounce pass down low for Sweeney. And she's double-teamed, puts it up and blocked. Not a good decision there by Sweeney. Taken away by Hanks. Hanks into the front court. Bounce pass. Elper shot no good on the right baseline. An air ball, but chased down by Arnold. And here's the kick out back to Spence. Three-pointer, yes. I don't know why they don't cover her. That's way too easy for her. Again, the only outside threat is Riley Spence. She's got 2 triples. The Beat Digger lead is down to 2. It's 10-8 with 4:48 to go in the first. Kerr on the outside left to Rule. At the top here for Berg. Down low for Sweeney. Dribbles. Jump pass towards Rule. Out of bounds off her right hand. And Sweeney's made 2 questionable decisions here. And that is a turnover for the Beat Diggers. First one of the game. Hanks across the timeline on the outside left for Rush. Dribbling to her right. And now backpedaling towards midcourt. Swings it cross court to Hanks. Picked up by Kerr. Near the top on the outside left. With the basketball is Spence. She takes a deep 3. It's off the back of the rim and she's fouled on the 3. Holy mahungus. On a shot about 20 some odd feet away. And fouled by Maddie Rule. And Spence will shoot 3 from the line. She could give Strasburg the lead. The first one hits nothing but net. She's got 7 in the early going. And it's 10-9. Second free throw. That is good as well. Again, nothing but string. And the game is deadlocked at 10. Third free throw for Spence. And she's a machine. She made that one. 9 points in the first 3 minutes and 43 seconds. Strasburg is the lead at 11-10. Into the front court. Rule jump pass to Bills. And she is fouled from behind by Elpers. On the entry pass. First foul committed by Strasburg. And to throw it in will be Maddie Rule to the left of the basket. Yeah, if you cover Spence, I mean, you cut off about 70% of that offense. Quincy Segelke and Aurora Thomas in for Brush, replacing Maddie Rule and Callie Bills. Thomas to throw it in. She'll lob it towards the right corner, poked out of bounds by Spence. A bounce pass probably would have helped a little bit more because Spence had her right arm up in the air. Here's a left corner pass to Segelke, penetrates, pulls up, and scores. Nice job by Segelke. Little 10-footer for Quincy. The Beat Diggers back in the lead 12-11. Three-pointer straight away is an air ball taken by Hanks. And again, if that's taken by Spence, perhaps it's got a shot, but we didn't see it in Brush on December 11th. The Beat Diggers won by 28. Backcourt pressure being applied. Thomas to Kerr. They break the press easily. Kerr into the front court. Back near the top to Thomas. Thomas against Spence. Dribbling to her right. Gets a pick from Segelke. Picks up the dribble on the high right to Berg. Bounce pass in the right corner for Thomas. Lob down low for Sweeney. Turns and throws up an air ball. Strong side. Rush grabs the rebound for Strasburg. Left-handed dribble. Front court to Hanks. 3 in the air. Is well off to the left. And the long rebound is into the hands of Quincy Segelke. A Brush double-teamed in the backcourt. Bounce pass to Thomas. Beat Diggers have numbers 3-on-2. Now we have a time called by head coach Bill Nichols. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. 842-4555. Great work done by Greg Mullen. Home, auto, life, and health. He'll walk you through the insurance process. That's Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Yeah, there's something that head coach Bill Nichols does not like. That's why he calls the early timeout in the opening quarter. Certainly not the defense. Only up 12-11 after giving it just 33 points over a month ago. You knew Strasburg would come out strong on their home floor and wouldn't lose by 28 in this game. But if you guard Riley Spence, again, you're going to go a long way towards winning. Don't let her take that 3. The inbounds to Thomas at midcourt. Thomas towards the top, picked up by Spence. Left-handed dribble into the lane. Bounce pass to Segelke. She banks and misses, and the ball is tipped around. Segelke goes for it. No, it's wrestled away nicely by Elpers. A steal by Kerr in the backcourt. First turnover by Strasburg. Back out to Thomas. 3 is off the right side of the rim, and Segelke tries to save it and cannot. And that will be Strasburg basketball with 2:58 to go in the opening quarter. Fast-moving first quarter with Strasburg trying to regain the lead. It's 12-11 Beat Diggers. Here comes Rush the other way. Left-handed dribble at the top, swings it left side for Hank. Strasburg is yet to make a substitution. Jump pass to Arnold, banks and scores. Nice shot by Arnold. Got 6 feet away to the left of the basket. Arnold with 4. Front court, Thomas, left wing, fakes a 3. Jump pass to Sweeney, right through her hands, out of bounds. She's struggling in the early going with a couple of turnovers. And Sweeney's done a nice job of getting position, but unable to finish. 2:37 to go, first quarter, and Brush trails 13-12. Here comes Resch the other way. At the top, met by Segelke. Swings it left side for Hanks, dribbling towards the top. Bounce pass down low. Arnold banks, and too strong. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Lauren Bird. Her first rebound on the outlet to Segelke. Segelke on the outside right. Bounce pass in the right corner to Thomas. 3 in the air. Yes! Aurora Thomas drills the triple. That's the third for the Bead Diggers in the opening 6 minutes of the game. It's 15-13 Brush. Resch the other way. Jump pass to Elpers. Left baseline, here's Hanks. Down low, Arnold banks, and a little bit too strong. And Segelke has the rebound. There's the outlet. I believe Maddie Rule just back into the game for the Bead Diggers. And still some traffic in the backcourt. Rule falls down. There's a foul in the backcourt as the ball was thrown to Segelke. And Spence ran right into her. Spence commits her first. If you can get her into foul trouble, even better. Here comes Maddie Rule for Brush across the timeline. Rule dribbles left of the lane, back out to Thomas. Long 3, and that's going to be off the back of the rim and into the hands of Resch of Strasburg, her second rebound. We've got 1:35 to go in the first. Bead Diggers by 2. Resch on the outside left, looking. Cross court over to Hanks. Bounce pass down low, nearly through the hands of Elpers. Chases it down, and then the ball poked away inside by Berg. Tie up between Arnold and Rule. That should be possession arrow staying with Strasburg since the Bead Diggers did control the opening tip. So Strasburg basketball with 84 seconds to go, first quarter. And to throw it in is Spence, right corner for Arnold, back out to Resch. Spence gets a pick, dribbles to her left on the three-point line. Hanks 3 in the air is in and out. She's 0 for 3 for the three-point strike. Segelke looked like she was fouled on the backcourt as she grabbed the rebound, and she was. Let's see who the Strasburg foul was committed by, and it looks like Kaylin Arnold has her first. The Bead Diggers have just one team foul, Strasburg with 3. Brush basketball with 1:14 to go here in the opening quarter. Aurora Thomas for Brush. Near the top, looking right, swings it left side to Rule. Rule with the basketball. In the corner for Bills, guarded by Elpers. Holds the ball up high, back out to Thomas. Fakes a 3, dribbles into the lane. Bounce pass right baseline. Poked away by Arnold, intercepted. Long baseball pass to Spence. All the way, lays it up and in off the glass as the Bead Diggers committed their third turnover. And Riley Spence has 11 in the first quarter. We're deadlocked at 15, 39 seconds to go. Rule at the top on the high right to Thomas. Thomas inside to Bills, off the top of her right hand, and into the hands of Erica Elpers. Got to bring that one in. 4 turnovers for the Bead Diggers. Strasburg with only 1. It's a different story than what we saw over a month ago. Much more competitive. In front court, down low is Elpers. Left-handed hook, no good. She grabs the rebound, bounce pass inside, and the hook shot is up and in by Arnold. Now the Bead Diggers trail by 2, 17-15, 9 seconds to go. Thomas, left wing to Bills. Cross court to Segelke. Left of the lane, in the lane, shoots and short. Rebound to Arnold. Over to Elper. She's going to have to put it up. A long 2 is off the back of the rim. And that's the end of the opening quarter. Very entertaining one from Strasburg. It is Strasburg 15. Check it, 17. And Brush 15. This is 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, the Bead Diggers have the ball here to begin the second quarter. 17-15 is the score in favor of Strasburg. Outside right, Maddie Rule penetrates right baseline, hooks it up and short. And Rule grabs her own rebound, has to reset it to Thomas. She'll take a straightaway 3. That's off the back of the rim, and we've got a foul the other way against the Bead Diggers. Oh, I think it was a foul. I didn't see anything signaled. I don't know what. Oh, the ball must have hit the top of the partition. Barely, must have grazed it. So no foul. Here comes Strasburg. Caitlin Hanks, left to the lane. Now into the game is Laramie Stone, her first appearance. In the left corner with the basketball, pulling up, and the shot is blocked, taken by Stone. Segelke has it all the way, puts it up, off to the left. Segelke grabs the rebound and scores. To the left of the basket, off the glass. Segelke, with her third rebound, now has 4 points. We're tied at 17. Caitlin Hanks swings it left side, spins three, off the back of the rim. She actually missed. Segelke with a long rebound. Segelke's fourth rebound. There's the outlet to Rule, left of the lane. Bounce pass to Thomas, puts it up and a little bit too strong. Rebound tipped up to Berg, 12-footer, back rim, no. And into Bill, she banks and scores. The Beat Diggers crashing the boards, and it paid off there. And Brush now with the lead, 19-17, 6:46 to go, second quarter. The other way with the basketball is Riley Spence. Spence dribbles left side, looking down low, swings it at the top for Hanks. Hanks into the lane, looking inside, nearly walked. Now tries to force it into Elper. She misses the shot underneath the basket. Segelke comes away with a fifth rebound. The outlet to Rule, strip from behind, and it's taken away by Riley Spence. Turnover number 5 for the Beat Diggers. With 6:20 to go, second quarter, Strasburg trails 19-17. Here's Spence the other way, crossover dribble for Strasburg. On the outside left with the basketball is Hanks. At the top now is Stone. Swings it left side is Abby Lowell. Now to Stone. Stone on the high right. Doesn't look like she'll take the three. Looking inside. Swings it down low for Lowell. She hooks it up right hand around and good. Abby Lowell scores. And the game is deadlocked at 19 with 5:49 to go before the break. Maddie Rule the other way for Brush. Dribbles, left-handed dribble into the lane. Now she's trapped over there, kicks it back out. Thomas, left wing three is off the front of the rim. Strong side rebound is into the arms of Riley Spence. That's her first board. Spence the other way, had the shot blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Strasburg. Lauren Berg got a piece of the basketball. Caitlin Arnold and Jordan Resch back in. And Spence to throw it in with 5.5 to go. Second quarter, deadlocked at 19. The Beat Diggers have Segelke, Thomas, Rule, Cammie Sweeney, and Callie Bills. Inbounds to Resch. 15-footer back rim, no. And the ball is loose on the floor, taken by Cammie Sweeney, her third rebound. On the outlet to Thomas, crossover dribble at the top, back out to Segelke. Segelke swings it right side to Thomas, near the top of the three-point circle, maintains the right-handed dribble. Over to Segelke, left side, left baseline to Rule with a chest pass. Rule looking to her right, left to the lane to Bills. She's tied up. And that was a tough pass to make there by Rule because Bills was being guarded closely. And the possession arrow pointing in Strasburg's direction with Arnold providing the tie-up for the Indians. First Beat Digger bucket of the game was brought to you by MMI International. That was a three-pointer by Maddie Kerr. 842-5161, but buying a mixer feeder truck, nothing compares to the MMI design, craftsmanship, and service. A three by Abby Lowell from about 20. Wow, 22-19. Kerr the other way behind the back. That's MMI International. Kerr with a left-handed dribble. Tried to throw it to Bills in the left corner, and it's out of bounds. Threw it away. Brush has 7 turnovers. Strasburg with only 1. And this is a much different Strasburg team we saw a month ago. And the Beat Diggers have played extremely well since coming out of the break. But tonight, they're trailing here. Abby Lowe on the outside left. Hands it off. Spence, long three as well off to the left. And the ball is off the hands of Caitlin Arnold out of bounds. As it was pinballed around, it'll be Brush basketball. Beat Diggers can tie it with a three. We've had quite a few threes by both sides. Maddie Kerr on the high right to Segelke. At the top for Sweeney. Swings it back out to Kerr. Fakes the three. Looks for the three. Lobs it down low for Segelke. She forced the pass. Tipped away. Taken by Kerr, though. Left baseline. She is trapped in an offensive foul. She ran right into Abby Lowell. And Brush is trying to force in passes in the last two possessions. Actually, the last three. And now Strasburg can build on a 3-point lead with 4:10 to go second quarter. It's a 22-19. Indians lead. End of the game. That was nearly a carry by an Indian there. Let's see if we get her name. I don't see her on the roster here whatsoever. Here's Spence dribbling left baseline, and we've got a whistle. Illegal screen set over there by Abby Lowell. Offensive foul. For Strasburg, that's their first turnover of the quarter, only the second of the game. And the Beat Diggers come the other way. Maddie Kerr back out to Bills. Bills at the top for Sweeney. On the high right for Kerr. Looking down low. Don't force it here. Now to Sweeney. Left side to Rule. Rule with a left-handed dribble. Looking down low for Bills. Bounces to Bills. Double teamed. Check that. That's Segelke. Inside Sweeney. Turns it. Throws it off the bottom of the rim. Abby Lowe with a rebound. Didn't get her feet set there. Lowe to Resch. Left-handed dribble against Rule. Into the front court. Nearly stripped by Kerr. Back it out to Riley Spence. Spence behind the three-point line, left side. They pick her up. Lob down low is taken in there by Arnold. She banks and misses, and the ball is loose, still loose. It's taken away by Segelke. That's 6 rebounds. The outlet to Rule, 2-on-3. Rule's going to have to back it out on the high left. Rule maintains the dribble. 3:08 to go, second quarter. Strasburg 22, Brush 19. Sweeney on the outside right, holding the ball up high. At the top now for Quincy Segelke. Right side for Bills. Fakes a 3, dribbles. Picks up the dribble, now to Segelke, 10-footer. She back rimmed it, and Kaylin Arnold has another rebound for Strasburg. Arnold with her 4th. There's the outlet to Spence. Spence on the outside left, picked up by Kerr. Long 3 as well off to the left. That was a tough shot. Cammie Sweeney has the rebound for the Bead Diggers. That is her 4th. The outlet to Rule. Bead Diggers have a 3-on-1 Rule. Middle of the lane, bounce past Segelke. She banks, misses, fouled. Segelke to the stripe to shoot 2. And the foul was committed by Riley Spence. That's her 2nd. And Segelke to the line. Not too many free throws taken. In fact, these are the first 2 by the Bead Diggers. Free throw is in and out. Circle L Irrigation offers the latest in Valley irrigation technology. 522-8816 in Sterling. Sweeney is out. Berg is in. Colorado Plains Medical Center is a level 3 trauma center ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center. Second free throw is in. Strasburg 22, Brush 20. 2.5 to go. Second quarter. On the high right is Hanks. Down low here to Arnold. Inside to Elpers. And the ball is tipped away out of bounds off of Bills. To throw it in will be Hanks. Hanks to the right of the basket. Swings it back out. Over to Resch. In the right corner, Hanks fakes the 3. Bounce pass, free throw line, Resch. Now the left wing shot is going to be no good by a player not on the roster. Ball is loose, taken by Hanks. She misses the 10-footer. Now it's loose on the floor again and taken by Arnold, but she traveled. She was flat on her back, but did travel. Only the 3rd turnover for the Indians. And Maddie Kerr will take it into the front court for Brush. Kerr at the top, swings it right side for Bills, holding the ball up high. Free throw line for Segelke. Segelke back out to Bills, inside the three-point line, misses that shot badly off to the right. And the ball is loose and taken by the Indians. The other way, jump pass, left baseline. Spence scores from 8 feet away in the left baseline. Riley Spence now has 13 in the game, and the Indians lead by 4, 24-20. 1:36 to go, second quarter. Thomas bounce pass to the outside right to Bills. Bills looking, lobs it down low for Segelke. Trap, bounce pass to Thomas, back out to Berg. 12-footer is in and out. And the ball is still loose and out of bounds. It is off. Well, it's actually a foul on Segelke going for the basketball in the corner. Only the 3rd team foul against Brush. Strasburg has 5 here in the opening half. And the Indians come up the court leading by 4 with 1:17 to go in the second. Much lower scoring quarter. Straight away 3 by Hanks is a brick. Hits nothing but glass, and then the follow by Arnold is missed, and then her shot is blocked, taken away by Segelke. Segelke with her 7th rebound. Arnold was 7th as well. Maddie Kerr. The time Berg came up with her 2nd block. Berg, long 3 is off to the right. Bead Diggers missing badly in this quarter. Erica Elpers with a rebound for Strasburg. 50 seconds to go before the break. Bounce pass right baseline. There's a kicking violation. Strasburg retains possession on the entry pass. They'll throw it in sideline out of bounds, 3/4 court. 49.3 seconds to go. Hanks to trigger it in. And gets it into the young guard for Strasburg, again wearing 2-0. We'll have to find a name there. Back out to Hanks, gets a pick from Elpers, dribbling left to the lane, maintains the dribble, looking inside, gonna have to swing it outside. With 32 seconds to go. And the Bead Diggers trapping on that 2-0. In the left corner of the basketball, Spence down low for Elpers, hooks it up and in with a left hand. over Callie Bills. Elper scores for the first time. It's a 6-point lead for the Indians. 16 seconds to go. Thomas on the outside left lobs it down low for Segelke. Foul from behind by Caitlin Hanks. That'll be her first, team 6th. With 12.6 seconds to go, and not a bad foul because Strasburg had one to give. Maddie Kerr to throw it in. And Faith Renault about ready to check in to the game for the first time. And she's into the game for Hanks for defensive purposes. Kerr to throw it in. Looking. Gets rid of it. Left corner for Bills. Back out to Thomas. Wide open three. Good. Cuts the lead in half. Aurora Thomas. 4 seconds to go. Bounce pass near the front court. It's kicked by Maddie Kerr with 2.7 seconds to go. And the Indians to throw it in. To throw it in will be Resch here. In the backcourt to the young guard. A baseball shot. It's up and in! Oh my gosh. A baseball shot from about 45 feet is in. We'll have to get the name of that guard. I mean, she threw it with her right hand like she essentially throwing a pass. And a big one because a 3-point lead for Strasburg in the waning moments is now 6. With the score, Strasburg 29, Brush 23. It's a 3-minute break as we are at the break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Bee Diggers have the basketball to begin the second half. Maddie Kerr on the outside right gets a pick from Sweeney. Dribbles into the lane, scoops it up, partially blocked, taken by Sweeney to Kerr. Banks and misses an easy one. Into the hands of Erica Elpers. Elpers has been pretty effective tonight. On the boards, three-pointer by Spence is off to the right, and the ball is out of bounds. That's how much it went off to the right. And the ball goes over to the Bee Diggers, trailing 29-23. It's Kerr, Rule, Bills, Berg, and Sweeney for Brush. Will set the Strasburg lineup momentarily. In the right corner, Bills with the basketball against Elpers. Out there with Hanks, Arnold, Resch, and of course Riley Spence. Rule in the right corner. Kicks it near the top to Bills. Bills on the outside left to Berg, holding the ball up high behind the three-point line. Entry pass to Sweeney, didn't look it in. Again, that's a perfect pass. Some reason having trouble handling the basketball. Resch left baseline to Arnold, 10-footer, back rim, no. And the ball is tipped into the hands of Elpers. Didn't have position, but came down with a rebound. Spence wants to pull up, cannot shoot. Down low, Arnold turns, shoots, misses badly. Callie Bills with a rebound for the Bee Diggers. And then the ball nearly thrown away. And it'll stay with the Bee Diggers. Knocked out of bounds by Spence. Here comes Maddie Kerr into the front court for Brush with 6.5 to go in the third, trailing by 6. Outside left to Bills. Bills 15-footer, back rimmed. Kaylin Arnold grabs her 9th rebound of the game. On the outlet to Spence, the Bee Diggers have scored just 8 points in the last 9.5 minutes of the game, dating back to the opening half. At the top, straightaway three, Hanks, good. Caitlin Hanks scores for the first time, and Strasburg now has a 9-point lead at 32-23. Bounce pass on the outside right to Sweeney. Back out to Berg. Berg holding the ball up high. In the right corner, bounces it to Bills. On the right side to Rule. Penetrates, cut off by Hanks, and then the ball's kicked out of bounds by Hanks on that entry pass towards Cammie Sweeney. Rule to lob it into Sweeney. Sweeney to Berg inside the lane. She travels. Brush has 10 turnovers in Strasburg with only 3. Bee Diggers have got to find some sort of run. They are lost right now on offense. The Indians, incredibly enough, can take a double-digit lead. Resch with the basketball, swings it on the right side towards Hanks, gets a pick, entry pass inside, tipped away, taken by Arnold, banks and misses. However, Elpers grabs the rebound and scores, and that's the second time in this half she's grabbed a rebound with a Bee Digger in front of her. 11-point lead for Strasburg. Stunning the Beat Diggers or the Indians right now, 34-23. Left of the lane, Rule with the basketball, looking, spinning, picks up the dribble. At the top for Berg, holding the ball up high. Berg dribbles to her right of the lane, then looked like she traveled, no whistle. Three-pointer, Maddie Kerr, back rimmed it. Erica Elpers grabs her sixth rebound, and the Beat Diggers are being outplayed. Bill Nichols is going to have to call a timeout if Strasburg scores here, even if they don't score, just to find the rhythm. Entry pass to Hanks. Banks misses, and she's fouled on that reverse layup attempt. Rush fell asleep defensively. And the foul was on Lauren Berg. That's her first. And Caitlin Hanks to the line, and Strasburg has come out smoking here. To begin the third, they've scored the first 5 points, looking for more, and the Hanks free throw is up and perfect. Strasburg 35, Brush 23. Segelke and Kerr are out. Or check it, Segelke is in and Sweeney's out. Kerr's out and Aurora Thomas is in. Second free throw in the air, and it's no good. Segelke goes for the rebound, grabs it, tries to save it in, and throws it away. Strasburg basketball. And Strasburg, dating back to the opening half, is on a 9-0 run. It was at 26-23 when Brooke Miller threw up that prayer. And the other end of the prayer said amen. It went in from 45 feet away. And since then, the Indians haven't missed. Bounce pass, right side Elpers. She banks and misses. Partially blocked by Bills, taken by Segelke. Segelke's got a dribble out of traffic. And now she finds Maddie Rule. Boy, you got to get it across midcourt. Only 2 seconds to go before being called for the 10-second violation. Swings it right side front court to Thomas. Right corner for Sweeney, holding the ball up high, and Arnold. Entry pass for Bills. She turns. She's trapped. Bounce pass to Rule. Dribbles right baseline all the way. Scoops it up and in off the glass. Maddie Rule sliced her way between two defenders. And she scores for the first time in the game. That stops a 9-0 run, but the Beat Diggers trail by 10. 35-25, 4:18 to go, third quarter. Right side, Hanks dribbles towards the right baseline. Jump pass inside for Arnold. Knocked out of bounds by Bills. No, they're going to say that Arnold actually touched it last. Turnover number 4 for Strasburg. And the Indians have played very disciplined basketball tonight with a limited number of turnovers. There's the inbounds pass to Thomas. Light pressure being applied in the backcourt. Thomas met by Resch on the outside right in the front. Back out to Bill. Swings it at the top for Segelke. Segelke right of the lane. Tries to slice all the way. Then she banks and scores. As the defenders backed off, Segelke with a nice head fake. She's got 7. Rush to within 8. They're on a 4-0 run. It's 35-27. Spence on the high left with a basketball against Thomas. Swings it right side to Resch. At the top, left-handed dribble. Back to her right at the free throw line. Back out to Spence on the high left. Spence against Thomas. Looking down low. Right-handed dribble. Lobs it towards that left baseline, tipped away, and Callie Bills ties up with Kaylin Arnold. They're going to call a foul on Arnold because Bills had possession of that basketball. Arnold commits her second. That will be a turnover on Strasburg. Their second of the quarter, only their 5th of the game with 3.5 to go. Here's Aurora Thomas. Inside pass to Rule. She banks and scores, and a foul. Little right-handed hook by Maddie Rule off the perfect pass from Thomas, and the Beat Diggers are in a 6-0 run. Erica Elpers commits the foul, her second. And Maddie Rule all of a sudden finding the bottom of the basket. Brooke Miller's in, and out is Laramie Stone, who made a brief appearance in the game. Now the free throw by Maddie Rule is up and in and out. Rebound to Kaylin Arnold. That's her 10th. A steal by Segelke. Back out to Thomas. Thomas over to Cammie Sweeney on the outside left of Segelke. Inside pass to Rule. She has it, turns back out to Segelke. Goes through her hands, but she chases it down. Now Bills right baseline all the way. Puts up an air ball, then Rule banks and misses. And the ball is tipped to Segelke. She banks and misses. Segelke fouled on the follow. Wow, how many opportunities are the Beat Diggers going to have? So many I couldn't keep up. And the foul was committed by Miller. And here is Segelke to the line. Let's see if she can make the free throws. The first is perfect. Segelke now with 7, make it 8 points in the game. And Brush all of a sudden is on a 7-0 run. Second free throw. Back rimmed it. Rebound to Sweeney. She puts it up and she misses, throws up an air ball. She thought it was partially blocked. So did I. But that's not what the officials saw. Strasburg basketball. Strasburg 35, Brush 30. Left of the lane, Riley Spence with the basketball, maintains the dribble, puts up a long three. It's off the front of the rim, and Cammie Sweeney has her sixth rebound for Brush. On the outlet to Thomas, the Beat Diggers can make this a one-possession game. Bounce pass outside right for Segelke, not guarded behind that three-point line. Baseball pass at the top now for Rule. Rule right of the lane, bounce pass right corner for Bills. Bills looking down low, don't force it. She tried to force it, I don't know why. Luckily, it was tipped out of bounds by Arnold. Yeah, she had nothing there, and she's tall. She can see the whole floor. And Mercy Ames, the Strasburg head coach, calls a timeout with 2.5 to go in the third. It's Strasburg 35, Brush 30. Yeah, you got to get the open shot. And Brush has committed double the amount of turnovers as Strasburg. The Beat Diggers have 10, and Strasburg with 5. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for any old frozen water. Get AC Ice at any local grocery or convenience store near you. That's AC Ice. Elpers, Resch, Spence, along with Arnold and Hanks for Strasburg. Bills, Sweeney, Segelke, Rule, and Thomas for Brush. Rule to throw it in. Lobs it in right side to Segelke. Inside the three-point line, 15-footer, scores! Wow, off the glass. Didn't even look like she was aiming for that, but she's got 5 in the quarter, 10 in the game. Brush is now on a 9-0 run, 15-footer missed by Resch. Strong side rebound controlled by Maddie Rule. Now the Beat Diggers can tie it with a 3, but she committed a turnover in the backcourt, losing the ball out of bounds. Strasburg to throw it in. And Hanks, and now we've got a whistle. What happened there? That's going to be against Strasburg. And a foul away from the ball. An offensive foul on Resch. So Rush, I think it's pronounced, it's R-O-E-S-C-H. They say Rush. There's the lob into Segelke front court with 1 to beat there to Sweeney. Banks and scores. Nice cut by Cammie Sweeney, and Brush all of a sudden has scored the last 11 points of the game. They trailed by only 1. They were down by 12. About 2.5 minutes to go. About a minute 55 to go, third quarter. Spence on the outside left, swings it left side for Rush. Dribbles to her right, left of the lane, bounce pass inside for Arnold, hooks it up and in off the glass. That stops the run by the Beat Diggers. Arnold now with 8. Strasburg 37, Brush 34. Minute 35 to go, third quarter. Aurora Thomas for the Beat Diggers across the time at the top, met by Resch. Chest pass near that left corner, 3 in the air, Roll. Yes! Maddie Roll tied the game. 7 in the quarter. We're deadlocked at 37. 1:19 to go in the third. In the right corner, Spence guarded by Thomas. Dribbles to her left with the left hand. Maintains the dribble. Gets a pick from Elpers. Long 3 is up, and that's missed. Off the back of the rim by Hanks. Thomas chases down the rebound. Aurora Thomas lobs it down low for Rule. She banks and misses. No whistle. There was contact there. Away with the basketball is Resch for Strasburg. Now the Indians to slow this down across the timeline. Down low, inside hook shot is missed by Elpers. Off the entry pass, fouled by Segelke. Elpers to the line, and Quincy commits just her second foul with an even 55 seconds to go in the third. And 2 free throws for Elpers, who has not scored in the game. Oh, check that. She scored 4 in the game. Free throw is in. Had that in the wrong column. Now she's got 5. Strasburg has reclaimed the lead. It's 38-37. Shine On and Sterling is affordable detailing, and their window tinting will reduce glare and eye discomfort and protect your vehicle. Shine On in Sterling. Second free throw is in by Erica Elpers. 39-37 Strasburg. 50 seconds to go in the third. Thomas across the timeline at the top. Met by Hanks. Backs up for a 3. It's an air ball off the bottom of the net. Strasburg basketball, but the Beat Diggers have made a valiant comeback to tie the game and now have a chance to win it in the fourth once we get there. Can't allow a big run to end this particular quarter. Bills is out, and Lauren Berg, who's had limited playing time, of course she's had an ankle injury to deal with, is back in the game. They have to manage her minutes. On the outside right, Miller with the basketball. Left-handed dribble towards the top. Lobs it straight away for Emma Fisher, making her first appearance. Right side towards Thomas. And the ball is out of bounds, poked away by Segelke. And to throw it in will be Fisher. 29.7 seconds to go along the side in front of the Strasburg bench in the front court. Hanks at the top, met by Kerr, dribbles left of the lane, backs up. Over to Miller, utilizing a pick. Lob down low, intended for Lowell, intercepted by Lauren Berg. Here comes Brush. Maddie Kerr with 14 seconds to go on the high left. Left-handed dribble, penetrates left baseline, all the way, scoops it up and misses, but she's fouled. Didn't have much of an angle, but was smart enough to use her body and draw the contact. And Miller commits her second. And here's Maddie Kerr to the line. Now she hit a three-pointer in the opening quarter, hasn't scored since, and Kerr makes the free throw. And Brush to within one, 39-38 with 10.6 seconds to go. Diggers might apply pressure in the backcourt. Second free throw, back rimmed it. Segelke with a rebound. She's double teamed. Bounces it back out to Thomas. Wide open three. Air ball. Kerr has it, and she throws it off the bottom of the backboard. And with 1 second to go, that's going to be it as Lowell grabs it. But the time runs out. We have played 3 quarters in Strasburg. The Diggers trail by 12 at 1 point. They're down by 1. Strasburg 39, Brush 38. Let's take a 1-minute break on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Let's head to the fourth quarter in the first of 2 games tonight. Brush girls trailing Strasburg 39-38. Jordan Rush to throw it in the backcourt to Caitlin Hanks out there with Riley Spence. And Abby Lowell and Kaylin Arnold. On the outside left, Spence. The Diggers with Aurora Thomas, Lauren Berg, Cammie Sweeney, Maddie Kerr, and Quincy Segelke. On the outside left, Kerr tips the ball away, but it's tracked down near midcourt by Spence. Left corner, Hanks, wide open three, is off the bottom of the rim. And the long rebound to Aurora Thomas. Thomas with a one-on-one all the way, scoops it up off the glass, misses. That was a tough look. Arnold grabs her 11th rebound for the Indians. On the outlet to Spence. Spence on the outside right, gets a pick from Resch, can't take that three. Thomas readjusts on defense and picks her up. And Spence picks up the dribble, lob right at the free throw line for Arnold, dribbles into the lane all the way, banks and misses, and she's fouled by Sweeney. Sweeney was a tad slow there with the footwork as Arnold got her all the way to the basket, but nice job of Sweeney not allowing the basket to score and forcing Arnold to shoot 2. Sweeney commits only her first. Limited number of fouls in this game. Free throw rattles in. Arnold now with 9. Rush in the entire game has committed 6 fouls. And Strasburg with 11. In the second half, free throw is off the back of the rim. Lauren Berg, and we'll get to that stat momentarily, grabs her third rebound. The outlet to Kerr. 15 fouls in the second half here for Strasburg, 3 for Brush. That's what I wanted to get across. In the right corner, Sweeney with a basketball, holding it up high. Back on the outside right to Berg. Diggers down by 2. Entry pass to Sweeney right of the lane. Turns, kicks it cross court to Kerr. 15-footer, no good. Long rebound, Bills, banks, and scores. Little 7-footer to the right of the hoop for Callie Bills. And the game is deadlocked at 40. 6:40 to go. From Strasburg, Spence dribbles right baseline. She's trapped by Thomas. To Arnold, 15-footer off to the right. Callie Bills grabs the rebound for Brush. There's the outlet to Kerr. And Kerr looked like she was fouled in the backcourt. She's lost the ball, got it back, and feeds Bills. Diggers have numbers. They got a 4-on-3. Thomas on the outside right gets a pick for Berg. 3 in the air is off the front of the rim. And grabbing the rebound is Caitlin Hanks for Strasburg. She dribbles right of the lane. Bounce pass to Spence. Fakes the 3. Steps to her left. Takes the 3. Misses. And the ball is loose on the floor, picked up over there by Abby Lowell, her second board for Strasburg. They reset with 6:05 to go in the game, tied at 40. Spence gets a pick from Lowell, dribbles to her right, backcourt to Rush, and then the pass inside, and Lowell is fouled by Berg on the hook shot. Berg commits the foul for the Diggers, her second, and for Lowell, who scored 5 points in the second quarter. She will step to the stripe. Just one made free throw gives Strasburg the lead again. And that one is up and that one is in. Nothing but net. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at morgancc.edu. 6 points for Lowell. Strasburg 41, Brush 40. 5:57 to go in the game. Second free throw. Yes. The Indians by 2. Erica Elpers back in for Abby Lowell, who made a nice contribution. And now the pressure being applied in the backcourt by Strasburg. Segelke into Rule. Rule with a right-handed dribble. She will cross midcourt. Nice job by Maddie Rule. At the top of the basketball. Maintains the dribble to her right. Cross court to Kerr. Kerr now at the top of the basketball. Swings it right side for Segelke. Bounce pass inside to Kerr, and she's fouled on the entry pass. That'll be the 16th foul in Strasburg. And the personal on Resch is her second. And Kerr to throw it in. B-Diggers need a game like this. They haven't had a close game in a while since the overtime loss to Eaton at home. Into Rule, right of the free throw line. Lobs it right corner for Kerr. She'll take the three. Good! Maddie Kerr with a triple from the right corner. Her second triple of the game. Brush leads by 1, 43-42. 5:22 to go. Ball poked out of bounds by Kerr as Hanks had control of it. 3/4 court along the side. It'll be thrown in there by Caitlin Hanks. Let's see another player. See if we got her number here. That looks like, see who that is for Strasburg. Justine Landrum, I guess, on the junior varsity roster. Entry pass inside by Spence, poked away, intercepted. Here's Maddie Kerr with the basketball. Left of the lane, pulls up from 7, off the glass, no good. And nice rebound by Kaylin Arnold. That is going to be her 12th of the game. And then it's thrown away. The B-Diggers intercepted. Nice job by Kerr. She will back up and reset the offense with 4:55 to go. Left baseline to Rule. Rule left to the lane. Leans, banks, and scores. Maddie Rule scores for the B-Diggers. They've made up a 12-point deficit and now lead by 3, 45-42. 4:43 to go in the game. Spence right baseline. Jump pass inside. Elpers shoots, scores. Wide open underneath the basket. She now has 8 points in the game. The Brush lead is down to 1 in the front court. Girls right baseline. Trapped over there. Kicks it back out to Segelke. At the top, Rule. Wide open three. She'll take it. She will miss it off to the left. Oh, and Segelke went over the back. 5th team foul committed by the B-Diggers. 3rd personal on Segelke. And this game has the makings of going down to the wire. If Rule would have knocked that down, that would have been a 4-point lead. She had no defenders in front of her. At least not till she would have driven to the basket, but the three was the shot to take there. Here is a three by Landrum. That's an air ball out of bounds. She just came into the game. Surprised she took that shot. Brush basketball. Strasburg applies the pressure. Brush 45, Strasburg 44 with 4:13 to go. Segelke. Backcourt pass into Bills. Bills looking for the guard. Hands it off to Kerr. Dribbling left baseline into the front court. In the left corner for Rule. Rule to her right. Handles the ball extremely well. Jump pass to Segelke at the free throw line. In the lane. Back out to Rule. Left wing three. Off to the right. And the ball is chased down in the corner by Caitlin Hanks, her 4th rebound. Strasburg can reclaim the lead with 3:52 to go in the game. Into the front court. Abby Lowell just back into the game. Jump pass to Hanks. Dribbles to her right. Left of the lane. Back out towards Spence, holding the ball on her right hip. Spence with 3:39 to go. Spence at the top for Landrum. Dribbles to her right, gets a pick behind the three-point line. Can't shoot. Bounce pass tipped away by Bills. Intended for Elpers. Loose on the floor. Still it's loose, and it's maintained there by Strasburg. On the ground was Spency, and Spence maintained the dribble. Jump pass inside, intended for Lowell, out of bounds. That was a mess there. And Strasburg turns it over. They've gotten sloppy in the second half with 8 of their 11 turnovers in the game. Segelke to throw it in. Backcourt towards Rule. Rule's going to beat the pressure all by herself. Rule left to the lane towards Bills, and then the ball was tipped out of bounds over there by Resch. B-Diggers retain possession. 3:14 to go. And Brush leads by 1, 45-44. Timeout Strasburg. And it is a full timeout. Let's take it with them. A 1-minute break with 3:14 to go from Strasburg in the first of 2. It's Brush 45, Strasburg 44 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. It'll be Brush basketball. The Lady Diggers lead Strasburg 45-44, 3:14 to go. They're in the front court to the right of the basket. Rule to throw it in. Lobs it in left wing to Bills. Bounce pass down low for Sweeney. Dribbles, hooks, and misses off to the right. Rebound to Bills, left baseline. They'll kick it back out, and the shot is up and missed by Kerr on the left baseline. And the rebound to Landrum. Long pass to Elpers. She waits, and Kerr strips it away out of bounds. That saved the layup. That would have been an easy layup. No foul or anything committed. That is a big, big play there. And there's the inbounds pass on the outside right. Landrum 3 is off to the right, and the ball is tipped. Elpers tries to save it in and does nicely. Elpers doing an excellent job for Strasburg. They'll reset the offense. On the outside right with the basketball is Caitlin Hanks. Nearly a steal by Kerr at midcourt off the pass. We have 2:39 to go. Beat Diggers by 1. Landrum long 3. That's no good. She's missed 3 in a row, but the long rebound to Hanks, and again Strasburg retains possession. Entry pass poked away. Now Hanks, three-pointer, right corner, no good. Rebound, Landrum banks and scores. That's too many opportunities. And she was able to put it in. 46-45, long pass front court to Sweeney. Sweeney with the ball for Brush. Jump pass to Segelke. 2:15 to go in the game. Right baseline Rule. Dribbles, puts it up. Looked like she was fouled. No whistle, a block. Taken away by Kaylin Arnold. Arnold to Landrum, inside rush, banks open in. Strasburg now leads by 3. Beat Diggers need to score on this possession with 1:58 to go. And an offensive foul on Kerr in the backcourt. She was double teamed, tried to force a pass in between two, and slammed into a defender. Bill Nichols calls a timeout. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. 8-4-2-45-55, and all of a sudden, the Beat Diggers, who had brief control of the game, are now on the back end, on the losing end of a 48-45 score. Strasburg has the ball, 1:56 to go. The Beat Diggers have committed 5 team fouls, so they have 1 to give before placing Strasburg on the free throw line. Strasburg with 6 fouls, so any foul committed by Strasburg, other than an offensive foul from here on out, will send Brush to the line. And that's a critical turnover against the Beat Diggers. Only their 5th of the half, 13th of the game. And Strasburg breaks the huddle with Erica Elpers, Kaylin Arnold, Caitlin Hanks, Riley Spence, and Jordan Resch. I thought they called an offensive foul there. That should be Strasburg basketball. Unless, Maddie Rule is about to throw it in. Unless the timeout was called prior. All right, apparently the timeout was called prior to the foul against Kerr, so no foul. Rule to throw it in along the side. The lob into Bills. The fans are protesting that, but the timeout was called. Thomas into the front court. Lose the basketball, gets it back. Bounce pass on the outside right to Segelke. Lobs it cross court to Rule. Rule dribbles left of the lane at the free throw line. On the outside left to Kerr. Long 3, and it's short. And the ball is loose, and it's out of bounds off of Hanks. 1:34 to go. Yeah, the Strasburg fans are yelling as to why they don't have possession of the basketball. But apparently the timeout was called just before the offensive foul was committed by Kerr. That's the only explanation. Rule to throw it in. Right corner Kerr. Back out to Bills. Bounce pass. Segelke leans, banks, and misses. Kaylin Arnold grabs her 14th rebound. Beat Diggers might have to foul here. Arnold in the backcourt for Hanks. And now a smart 30-second timeout called by Strasburg head coach Mercy Ames. With 1:23 to go, and the Indians leading in a very exciting first game, 48-45. With the boys' game to follow here at 7 o'clock, unless we go into overtime. Or unless this final 83 seconds is super extended, because we've had a quick game. It'll be Strasburg basketball. And again, the offensive woes have hurt the Beat Diggers. Only 7 points so far in this quarter. Strasburg with only 9. So if either team had executed offensively, perhaps they would be not necessarily running away with the game, but having a more comfortable lead. In Strasburg's case, that is all right. To throw it in will be Hanks. The Beat Diggers will sag on defense, so no pressure in that court. There's the pass into Riley Spence. Spence back to Hanks, still in the backcourt. Over to Spence, yet to cross midcourt. Now does to Hanks. 1:11 to go in the game. They don't need to shoot, so the Beatniggers at some point have to commit a foul or go for a steal. Bounce pass near the timeline to Spence, 1:03 to go. And then the ball is stripped by Thomas, nearly an over and back. Loose in the front court. Left wing to Hanks. Left baseline to Resch. Resch jump pass is through the hands of Spence, out of bounds. Didn't look it in. And the turnover for Strasburg is their 9th of the half, 12th of the game. The Beatniggers can tie it with a 3. And Landrum back in there. And the Beatniggers call a timeout, brought to you by Greg Maud at State Farm Insurance with 53.7 seconds to go. Brush trails Strasburg 48-45. They've had opportunities to tie the game or draw to within 1. But they missed a few shots here down the stretch. Yeah, I say go for the 2. You have the size advantage. If you can stay away from Kaylin Arnold, she's the one who can really block shots and cause a lot of traffic problems for Strasburg. She does have 14 rebounds in the game. Let's see what head coach Bill Nichols decides to go with in terms of his offensive setup. Hasn't had to make this decision in a couple of weeks since that overtime loss at home to Eaton. And you've got plenty of three-point shooters, no doubt, with Maddie Rule and Maddie Kerr, Aurora Thomas as well. But they don't need a 3 with this much time remaining. Now, during the last set, Thomas was resting. Oh, no, actually, she was in. And she's in now. Yeah, you've got 3 3-point shooters out there, along with Segelke, and Bills has got decent range. Rule to throw it in. Better get it in quickly. You got to get it in, and she lobs it into Segelke, and now, let's see, another timeout. Well, I can't believe the Beatniggers were not called for 5 seconds. That's a huge break. And I don't know what Brush was doing. Just shoot a player into the backcourt. Brought to you by Greg Moen again at State Farm Insurance. Home, auto, life, and health. State Farm Insurance is there for you and your family. Yeah, they could have counted that off at 5, but I think with a fraction of a second to go before the violation, Bill Nichols called a timeout. That's the second time he's called a timeout just in time. I mean, that is some heady coaching. All right. From midcourt, Rule to throw it in. You can throw it into the backcourt. Now she does to Kerr. Kerr across the timeline with 48 seconds to go. Left-handed dribble. Swings it left side to Thomas. Thomas to her right. Maintains the dribble. Picks up the dribble. Spins. Back out on the bounce pass to Bills. Bills to Thomas. 39 seconds to go. Spinning towards the right baseline as Thomas all the way. She's fouled as she drove to the basket. I don't know if she got the shot off. It looked like she did, but it's going to be the 17th foul. It was on the floor, but that should be 1 and 1. Kaylin Arnold commits her 3rd. But now you got to make this free throw of your Aurora Thomas. She has not scored in this half. 2 3-pointers in the opening half. She earns the second if she makes the first. The free throw is up and in. Off the back of the rim, and it sat there. Yeah, she kind of misfired, but got the break on the soft bounce. 48-46. Second free throw. Thomas up. That one is off the back of the rim and volleyballed into the hands of Caitlin Hanks. Fouled at midcourt by Thomas. 16th foul. Beatniggers had 1 to give. And Thomas with her first. 32.2 to go at midcourt. Hanks to trigger it in. Bounce pass front court to Spence. She's a very good free throw shooter. Get it out of her hand. Spence maintains the dribble. Now towards Resch. You got to foul her on the right side to Hanks. She lost the basketball. Picked up by Segelke. And here is Maddie Rule. We've got 18 seconds to go. Rule, right wing, dribbles, right baseline. Has the shot blocked by Arnold. Now the Beatniggers have got a foul. And finally a foul by Kerr with 11.1 seconds to go. Maddie did not take her time. She just shot it straight into the defender. Oh, that is a critical play in this game. And now if Arnold can make the front end of a 1-and-1, that would be a 3-point lead. She just leaned in from about 5 feet away right into the defender. and had it stuffed right back. Arnold with a 1-and-1. The free throw is up and back rimmed, and the rebound put back is up and in by Elpers. That should end the game. 50-46, 9 seconds to go. Thomas on the outside right, got to take a shot now. Now to Rule, long three, and that's an air ball. Arnold had her 16th rebound. There's the foul, and Strasburg will have the win with 1.9 seconds to go. In fact, they just called a timeout before the foul was committed, and that is too bad. The Indians are going to avenge the loss. I don't know why that timeout was called, because you've got 1.9 seconds to go. If you're Strasburg, just throw it in like length of the court. Even if Brush intercepts, they can't even tie the game. Unless somehow they made a three-pointer and they were fouled, but that would be a monumental error by Strasburg if that happened. So here we go. Hanks to throw it in. I'd throw a baseball pass. You're in your own backcourt. Yeah, just lob it front court. I mean, the B-Diggers are going to foul, but it really doesn't do them any good. There's the bounce pass into Resch. No, they won't foul, and that's going to be the end of the game. Nice job by the B-Diggers, just not even attempting to foul. They knew they couldn't win this game. And the Strasburg Indians led by 12, then trailed, and then they came back after a 3-point deficit, and they rallied to defeat the Brush B-Diggers in the first of two games tonight, 50-46. Boys will be setting up here momentarily for the start of their game after the court clears and the benches clear to allow the boys to warm up for this game. And just like the Strasburg girls earned the split of the season series, the Brush boys will be attempting to do the same. All right, let's take a 3-minute break. We're back in 3 minutes on 1010 KSLR and KSLR.com. The B-Digger post-game show tonight is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. Mr. D's Ace Home Center. Lady B-Diggers had their 3-game winning streak broken as they fall here to the Strasburg Indians in the first of two tonight, with the boys warming up. 50-46. Strasburg led 17-15 after one, 29-23 at the break. Brush then went on an 11-0 run after trailing by 12, cut it to within one, took a 3-point lead, but then Strasburg went on a 0 run in the fourth quarter, outscoring Brush 11-8 in the fourth, and they win the game. The visiting B-Diggers had 10 points tonight from Quincy Segelke. She had a double-double, 10 points and 11 rebounds, as Brush had 8 players in the scoring column. Maddie Rule with 9, 7 points apiece for Aurora Thomas and Maddie Kerr. Callie Bills with 6, 4 points for Cammie Sweeney. And then a couple of triples, one by Lauren Berg. Let's see, let's check that. Yeah, I've got Kendall Elliott in that column, which is incorrect. She did not play in the game. That might be Aurora Thomas with another 3, which would give her 10 in the game. So Thomas and Segelke, the leading scorers. All right, now let's get to Strasburg. Erica Elpers led the way with 10. 9 points for Kaylin Arnold, who crushed Brush on the boards with 16 of Strasburg's 38 rebounds. Riley Spence, by the way, led with 13. None in the second half, 11 of the 13 in the first quarter. So the Lady Diggers did a nice job defensively on her. 7 points in a game from Abby Lowell. Next up in the scoring column was Caitlin Hanks with 4. 3 points by Brooke Miller, that is Stephanie Landrum with 2. And Jordan Resch with 2. Rebounding situation, we mentioned Strasburg with 38. The B-Diggers had 31, 11 of those by Segelke. 13 turnovers for the Indians, 12 for the B-Diggers, but at the half, the B-Diggers had committed 8 to Strasburg's 3, so Brush did a nice job in the second half of controlling the basketball. They just couldn't knock down shots in the fourth quarter after having a productive third quarter in which they tallied 15 points. The free throws made a big difference in this game. Strasburg 9 out of 12, 75%. The Bead Diggers 4 out of 9, 44%. That's the difference between what could have been maybe a 1-point victory and a 4-point loss. The Bead Diggers shooting that poorly from the charity stripe. With a victory, the Lady Indians improve to 6-3 in Patriot League play, 8-3 overall. And the Brush Lady Bead Diggers fall to 6-3 in the Patriot League and 7-4 on the season. Good thing they'll be back in action tomorrow, 2 o'clock on 1010 and KSIR.com. In Estes Park against the Bobcats. The Bead Diggers should be able to handle them pretty easily considering the struggles of Estes Park this season. And Brush should be able to get back on track with a victory. We're going to get to the boys' game momentarily. How about a 3-minute break? And in 3 minutes, we will set the starting lineups for tonight's boys' game between Brush and Strasburg in Strasburg. You are listening to Brush Bead Digger Basketball on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.